Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today I'm going to unbox this double bell 808 PDW clone. Hey guys, and welcome back. If you do enjoy this content today, please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing, because those interactions help the channel get seen by the algorithms and help the channel grow. If you click the Linktree link down below, that will take you to all of my socials, my Discord as well, which is a great community, and my merch store. And if you want to support the channel a little bit more, the join button down below is 99p a month for a channel membership, and it gets you custom videos, bloopers, your own giveaway, and that sort of thing. Totally optional, but massively appreciated. So today then, I have got another double belt unboxing. This time we've gone for the ridiculously cheap 808 metal gearbox plastic shell PDW. I will provide a link down below, but I am not expecting an awful lot from this. So the box itself, as we've seen with double belt, and there is a lot of movement going off in there, is just bog standard basic. A little bit of labelling on there, but nothing much other than this. So I'll get this open. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look as cheap as it actually was externally looking at it, but wow, that's actually like that is ridiculously light, like feather light. I bet it's barely over a kilogram in weight. We've also got, let's have a look in there, some silica gel, nice, some generic safety instructions, thanking us for customs, chronoed on there, chrono, that's fine. We've then also got a PEC box, battery box, we've got a front sight, and we've got a KAC style mag. Wow, that is cheap looking. Oh, it's a high cap though. I was just about to say it's a mid cap. It is a high cap. There is the winding wheel. Oh, there, look. There is the access point on top. Wow. Okay. So let's get rid of this. This is like hilarious. So there we go. Do you know what? I'm actually at first. It's nicer than I was expecting it to be. So let's take it from the front and work our way backwards. So we've got a muzzle brake that is grub screwed in as well, but it is 14mm negative by the looks of it. That's starting to come off. We've got a metal outer barrel. That's nice. The sort of pitted outer barrel in there. We've then got a definitely plastic polymer front end. There is a little bit of flex in there. I'm having to really put some pressure on that though to get it to flex. Seems to be a lot of like oil or grease on it or something in places, but it's solid enough. It's taking a full compression from me. We've then got obviously you've got plenty of mounting space on there. That doesn't look like it's quite screwed in all the way down. Possibly not loose. It might just be mis-seated or something. We'll have a look at that later. We've got a rear sight mounted that's flick up. The other one just wasn't on there at all, so it's an easy install. You've got in fact, it's not even that screw. Brilliant. So there is a flat head screw there, but that's just molded plastic. There's actually an Allen key bolt or a hex head bolt on the other side that will open that out to allow you to mount it. Wow. Same with the rear sight then. Again, plastic, pretend molded, actual bolts on that side. How bizarre. Charging handle then. So we've got, does pull back the ejection port. Let's just have a look. Just checking that there's no sort of like cut off thing. There's not. So it is just holding it open. But that is a rotary style hop unit, and that is rolled down to add hop on there. So we'll be testing that out. I mean, it doesn't sound as nice as other ones, but okay. We've then got our low receiver. Obviously it just looks like a normal AR at this point. So we've got a little curved trigger, a little bit of a stylized trigger guard in there. We have actually got, bizarrely, an ambidextrous mag catch. That's quite a nice touch in there. I'm quite liking that actually. We've got a selector. There seems to be a lot of grease or oil on and around there, and same around this frame here. and this pin here. We've got a selector that sort of clicks, but only when you're returning. It doesn't really click, so you're going to have to be careful with that. But it is ambidextrous and it is turning on both sides. So I don't know if you can see. So I'm moving that selector. That is fully connected through. That's quite an impressive feat. There is a little bit of flex in the magwell, but there's no real movement in the upper receiver at all, which is pretty impressive. We've then got the pistol grip, which little corner here is probably going to just catch and rub. Same on the other side, it's probably just going to catch and rub a little bit, but if you're wearing gloves that won't be an issue at all. It is a shorter than a normal airsoft pistol grip. I'm pretty sure, I'm guessing that the other versions run a medium length motor, not long or short, medium length, so I'm guessing this is probably going to be the same, so something to watch out for. That does look like a QD quick detach sling mount point. And considering this is a plastic receiver, I'm not sure if I would trust that. And then we've got our stock, folding stock, that does actually fold and lock into place. Look at that. And just pulls off and locks back into place. Now, that is just moulded plastic again. That is as cheap as it looks. Slightly rubberized though in the end. That's quite nice. It's there's not as much play in there as I was expecting it to be, but I would expect that this will probably come apart or break quite easily whilst playing. So, all in all, I'm oddly impressed considering how cheap it was. I wasn't expecting something as nice as this. Even the mag catch is polymer by the looks of it. It is polymer, but it is ambidextrous, so you know, makes up for it slightly. It looks quite cool as well with its own mag in there. I will test as part of the shooting if traditional AR mags fit, which I'm guessing based on that design that looks more like a traditional AR mag style there, and then it just slims down for the sake of this. So I would expect that's probably less than 300 rounds in there. So just before we're going to do the shooting test, then we've got the, I'm guessing this is a battery box because it is wired to mini Tamiya on the front. So this is going to be your battery box. So let's have a look. I'm guessing that bit. So we unscrew the middle bit there. Yeah, there we go. And that is a battery box. Wow, that's does that come out? Am I actually going to break this? How does that come out? Maybe they do twist. Oh. But that's now I'm guessing they should twist to allow you to access that battery box, and that is your battery box. What kind of lipos are going to fit in there, that is, who knows. I will see if I can get into that and get that open to see if we can access that to see what we can do. Again, very, very cheap and basic. And then we've obviously got the front sight as well, which needs attaching, not with a flat head, but with a hex head. How random. So I'm going to go do the shooting test at the chrono and the range, and we'll see how we're getting on and come back in a minute. So 353 to 356 with an average of 355. About 9.5 rounds. That's 7. I suspect this 8.4 is on its way out though. About 11, high 11, 12 rounds a second. Wow. 17.5, 18 rounds a second. It has no right being that good. And I am back. Do you know what? This is an... I can't believe I'm saying this. It's an absolute sleeper build. I don't know what they've done with this, but it sounds smooth. It shoots a little bit inconsistent at range. You know, I won't deny that. There is definitely a little bit inconsistency. It did get better as we were firing, so I wonder if there is this excess of oil is possibly in the barrel as well. Even the rate of fire wasn't anywhere near as disappointing as I thought it was going to be. So we'll start with the range then. It is putting out well over 40 meters without an issue. A little bit inconsistent. The BBs sometimes hot perfectly, sometimes slightly over hot, sometimes turn 90 degrees after a certain range. Just sort of inconsistent, but the more I shot it, the better it was getting. So that impressed me initially for the cost of it. Rate of fire then, we were getting about 9 rounds per second on a 7.4, which could be motor, could be just poor wiring, but it was super cheap. 8.4, giving us 7 rounds per second. I don't think that's right. I suspect and I think that's my battery was not charged properly, or even the cells could be dying or something like that. So I would have expected probably higher than that, probably around 10 and maybe 11 rounds a second. 9.6 then brought it in at about 11 rounds a second. Typically we're seeing higher than that, like 15 and 16, a typical Chinese made piece of kit. So I was a little bit disappointed that was what it was. And then at 11, even at 11.1, we were still only reaching, well, I say only reaching 18 rounds a second. It was hitting it about 17.5 to 18 rounds a second. Pretty respectable, to be honest. A little bit slow at 7.4, but in 11.1 it really comes alive if you can get one to fit in that pec box. In terms of chrono then, 353 to 356 FPS, which is different to what was on that piece of chrono paper in the box, and that's using 0.2 grams, you know, over like 10 shots. So it averaged out at about 355 FPS in total. But I am surprised. I was not. I expected it to just break and fall apart in my hands the minute I took it out, and it actually shot, and it shot nice, and it felt nice to shoot it, and it is so light you could literally run all day like this. To be fair, I might just get a second one and dual wield them and run out, because they are that light. You could do that without any significant issues whatsoever. It is absolutely minusculely light, just impressive beyond belief. We tried the mag, which fit and fed beautifully without any issues. There wasn't much wind. We had to keep it wound to keep it feeding. It did accept SEMA and Nuprol high caps as well that we had laying about without any issues at all. So other mags are definitely going to be available for it as well. So I can't believe I'm actually saying it has no right to be as good as it is. And I can't believe I'm actually saying he's pretty decent. He's surprisingly decent. So I'm going to go and get my gloves, and we're going to do the gloved operation. So thanks to Lauren and the guys on my Discord for making this suggestion. So the battery, if it was in a pec box, would be a pain anyway. So you may want to look at other options for that. But the magazine, I can definitely get in from an ambidextrous point of view. That can definitely be got in and out. The magazine itself, I can definitely get into that hatch. Closing it is another matter. I might not be able to actually close it. I'm struggling to get the latch, but I can definitely wind it. That's not a problem. In terms of adjusting the hop, actually the spokes on the wheel are quite big. I can feel those moving, so I've actually got quite a bit of detection of how much I'm moving that in there, so I'm quite happy that I can do that. The mag, obviously we've done. The selector is easy enough. I haven't got an issue with that. And the stock as well. The battery is probably going to be the issue, and closing the mag after reloading it. That's going to need either to take the glove off, or it's going to need a little screwdriver to just flick it back closed again. So put that down. I can't actually, in fact, you know what, I'm going to get my needle nose pliers and see if that works. So I'm just trying to literally force this open if I can. Just trying to look inside it. Can't see what's going off in there. Don't even think that actually linked. Is it just frictioned in? Ooh, there goes one. Are they actually glued in? Is that one not? They are just, oh, they're just frictioned on. That looks a bit. They are frictioned on after that. You are really going to struggle, in all honesty, to get something to go in there. Let's see if I've got anything that will fit at all, that I can even get close to recommending. Let's have a look. So these are my smallest two lipos in any way, shape or form, and I can already see and tell they are just not going in there. So you're going to have to be, you're probably going to need PEC box lipos. I know Nuprol and GMP used to do a PEC box with a lipo built in. Nuprol I think do one sized for this, but it is pretty damn tiny, that little box. There is not an awful lot you're going to get in there. That is just unbelievable. What a tiny little space. So you may wish to look at other options for, wrong way around, for storing your batteries on there, or even just an aftermarket one of these. In terms of these, they literally just pressure on. They are frictioned on. It does look like there's bits of glue on there. I'll sort that out later. Get that plugged in there, screwed back in again. So your wires would be coming out of here and then round onto your mini Tamiya connector as well as part of it. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. I can't believe that something as cheap as that can be as half decent as it is. With a little bit of work could be something much better. But if you are looking for something feather light that's dirt cheap, even just to try out, then you might have found the one that you're looking for, because it is that cheap. Just after everything we're filming this, I've sort of made a realisation and sort of talked about the medium shaft motor being in there, and it is a pain to get a replacement medium shaft motor. What you can do is, if you have a spare AR type pistol grip, it is just a straight fit. This is just an M4 internally, an Airsoft M4 internally. So an Airsoft M4 or an M16 AR type pistol grip and long shaft motor will fit in there perfectly happily, and it will just remove the same way. Screws out the end, 2 screws inside. You can get rid of that motor, fit your chosen. Obviously you'll lose some of the aesthetics with some of the shorter pistol grip on there, but what you gain is a bit more standardization with other AR type platforms. I know it's not supposed to be an AR, and I get that. It's a PDW, it's supposed to be a slightly different caliber, and I get that, I understand that. But in terms of motors, medium shaft motors are a pain to get hold of. And if you're wanting something different, then put on a traditional AR type pistol grip. Boom, there it goes, straight away. Long shaft motor in there, and you're away. You've got a whole variety of motors opened up to you then instantly. Hope that's helpful. I'll make sure that this is in the unboxing and the disassembly as a comment, as a section to sort of look at both of those. So please join me next time when I do the disassembly video, which I will link down below once that video is released. And likewise, that will link to this unboxing. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Use the Linktree link down below to go and visit all my socials. And other than that, I will see you next time. Bye.